Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we will present the paperwork of Aerolympic 2022 and our group member is Ahmad Was Alfarani, Muhammad Amzal Muhammad No, which is me, Ahmad Danish Shakil and also Karvesh. So I will start first with introduction. So project management is an academic subject that educates university students in gaining knowledge, skills and abilities required to become proficient project managers, and it is created in a way that makes it applicable to any industry. Even though it may seem straightforward, project management requires a specific knowledge and abilities that can only be acquired through formal training or further studies in the subject. With the knowledge and abilities of project management, concept and practice, this program seeks to advance executives, engineers, and consultants so they can take on and complete projects successfully. The fact that project management has a final outcome and a limited time frame as opposed to management, which is a continuing process, it is crucial aspect that set it apart from simple management. Consequently, a project professional needs a diverse set of abilities, including several technical ones, as well as solid people management and business acumen. In order to ensure we all apply the knowledge and understanding that we have learned from the beginning of the semester, we have been instructed to do research and study on a program that was handled by aerospace engineering student that was held recently. This program objectives are giving some exposure to all aerospace students about the importance of sports to increase the bonds between aerospace students, and students are able to build communication skills with each other when playing sports. This activity can also cultivate students' interest to always exercise to maintain a healthy lifestyle. This program was handled by Persatuan Mahasiswa Kejuruteraan Pemaju of the Engineering Faculty Universiti Putra Malaysia with the cooperation of Aeros Club and Bahagian Hal Ehwal Pelajar PHEP Universiti Putra Malaysia at 10 College area on May 14 and 15th. The targeted group to involve in this program is all aerospace students from the first to fourth year students, and approximately 100 students will join this program. There are so many activities that offer for students to join and play, such as frisbee, badminton, futsal, and also volleyball, with the cost of 590 ringgit. Thank you.
Project life cycle, in the defining stage, our goal is to provide exposure to the student on the importance of sports, strengthen the relationship between the students of engineering aerospace, and make the body healthy and fit through sports. Our program is to help the students from all aerospace engineering program to enjoy playing sport together so they can learn to cooperate with each other at the same time to improve their health and self-esteem. Our task is to apply for the permission for implement the Aerolympic Fiesta program, obtain the program approval from Yang Bahagia Prof. Dr. Arifin bin Abdul, and apply for the cooperation from the Faculty of Engineering. Our responsibilities is to find the family member, search for a venue, find some sponsor, and make the clear announcement on the clear of the date program. In the planning stage, we plan to make the event on the 14 and 15 May 2022 at the College 10 and 11 University Putra Malaysia. Our budget will be used on badminton for 120 ringgit, futsal for 90 ringgit, volleyball for 100 ringgit, frisbee for 100 ringgit, and the shuttlecock for the equipment for the badminton for 120 ringgit. Our resources we get from RM 300 ringgit from Aerospace Engineering Society and 230 ringgit from the Badan Hal Ehwal Pelajar. The risk for the program is the day of the program the weather may be bad, such as raining will occur, and the health risk for the player will, such as the coronavirus, will affect the participant on the spot that attend. Our staffing is a total of 8, which is 4 from each game, which is badminton, volleyball, futsal, and frisbee. 4 member from the multimedia, one committee member from technical, and 1 committee member from logistics. Executive page, we get the name and total player joining the game. About the 100 participant is joining the spot on the day, and we will be asking them for the feedback for the program. The changes that will occur during the program is the change of player due to their emergency matter, and the quality of our game is we use the Philip badminton, Bolton volleyball, Connelly futsal ball, and Teriden professional outdoor frisbee. The forecast that the forecast is we were required to find an experienced student to be a referee for each game to get a fair and spare game. In the closing stage, for the training the customer, we make sure all the participants know the rules and how to play the game, even though they are not assisting in the game. For the transfer document, we collect the name and metric number for the winner for each game to be contacted later for the prize giving ceremony. Racing resources, all borrowed equipment was returned and the venue was left clean. We also get the feedback from the participant to know their satisfaction on our activity. Lesson learned from the activity is we evaluate all the feedback from the participant to make a better performance program for the next time. And we know that sports are very efficient to build a trust and friendship among the aerospace engineering students.
So now I'll be presenting about mission and class project. So the mission of this event was to provide exposure to students on the importance of sporting, strengthen the relationship between students of engineering aerospace programs, make the body healthy and fit through sports. So let me explain to you a little about the compliance project. Compliance project act as an aid to ensure that the project is executed in accordance to the objectives set up. So rules and regulations were set up for the Aero Olympic Fiesta event so that it could run well. Then we'll proceed with the operational project. Operational project is the process of ensuring smooth handling towards the project. The need of skilled and experienced team member in the organizing team would be essential to assist the event or project. So let's just say we have two strategic projects. First strategic project is only focusing on aerospace engineering students only, while the second strategic project focuses on all engineering students. But the project manager would select the first strategic project as it suits the budget that they had, and the allocation allocated for compliance project will be around 50, and for operational project will be around 100, and the remaining 440 will be allocated for the strategic project to be done successfully. And that's all for mission and class of project.
For organization structure and culture, this project embraced matrix organization structure. The reason why they're using this matrix organization structure is it has better coordination on shared knowledge across the organization, increases access to a wide variety of perspective and expertise. It increased coordination, collaboration, and communication throughout the organization. And lastly, it improved the ability to access resources across the whole functioning. For organization culture, it has leadership, standard and policies, environment and atmosphere, learning culture, teamwork and cooperation, and lastly, best result.
Hi, so for this is 2.4, defining the project. This is our organization structure for the Aero Olympic program. So we divide into three sections, which is led by project manager and held by three executive members, which are secretary, treasurer, and assistant manager. And then we divide to 7 committee members, which are badminton, volleyball, futsal, logistics, frisbee, multimedia, and technical. Next, 2.5, estimated project time and cost. We divide into 2 items, which are WBS and WBS with cost. So for the WBS Aero Olympic program, we divide into 2 equipment and booking process. And for the equipment, we need 6 items, which is badminton, volleyball, futsal, frisbee, fries, and food. For the booking process, which the place will occur in Dewan Sri Budiman and Kevin Fields. So for the WBS with cost, Aero Olympic consists 100% of cost, 530 ringgit. All spent to the equipment for 100%, 530 ringgit. And between the 6 all equipment, only 2 items that use the cost, which are badminton with 120 ringgit, 22.64%, and price 410 ringgit with 77.36%. And for the booking process, there is none charge item for the booking process in Sri Budiman Angkatan. Next is developing a project plan. Using an Excel software, we build an AON, activity on node network, implying the time constraint, with 8 tasks, which are the requirements start at 15 until 18 April with 4 duration and 0 total slack. Then consent and in-charge they will be conducted at the same time at 18 April, but consent time will finish at 20 April at duration of 3. Meanwhile, in-charge team will finish at 22 April at duration of 4 with both at 0 total slack. Next, design schedule that will start at 25 April and end 27 April at 3 duration with 0 total slack. And funding that will start at 28 April and end 5 May and have slightly 2 days of total slack made up to 29 April. And for test publicity will start at 6 May until 13 May at duration of 8 within 0 with a 0 total slack. And practice session start at 11 until 15 May with 0 total slack. Lastly, the games that held at 14 May and end 15 May with duration of 2 with 0 total slack. Figure 2.6.1. This is our AON network. So the benefit, I have explained all the data a while, and the benefit for the LN is help us to tracking our projects sequentially, arrangement of project activities, and helps to better plan and schedule, and also helps to visually monitor project status. Next is figure 2.6.2, project network. So as you can see, it show our project flow that will start with different requirement and start at both time for concern and in charge team, and will be end with the game day. Figure 2.6.3, it show our project budget. This is our team project budget. And figure 2.6.4 is our Gantt chart with the total days of our project 31 days and 29 days of work and 2 days of delay. This Gantt chart helped us as a project teams to collaborate on our projects and help bring everyone on the members on the single page. And it will be easy to manage our tasks and check this item and this task dependencies. This Gantt chart gives lines of information on the project progress to all the stakeholders. With the Gantt chart view, we as a team can easily track our project and we will know what to come next.
For scheduling resources and costs, there are 8 committee members involved in this project with the duration of 31 days. As we can see here, this is the time constraint schedule and distribution of committee member for each activity from 15 April till 15 May. We can see that the number of students are not properly well managed, but after smoothing and leveling process, the number of committee member for a day will be reduced to 4 from 8. The 4 selected committee member from day 10 to 13 removed to day 18 to 21. The 4 committee member design schedule are moved to day 18 to 21. It is to construct the resource usage level as smooth as possible with the time limitation, which is 31 work days.
So now I'll explain to you the cost duration trade-off. So there are many activities, activity A until activity H, and each activity has its own time duration, which is calculated in days. So the total direct cost we had is RM 440, and the total number of days here is 32 days. And as you can see here, we have calculated the crash time, crash cost, and also the maximum crash time, and also the slope for each activity description. And now we'll proceed with the duration trade-off flow chart. As you can see here, the first chart shows the initial total direct cost. And for the second chart, you can see the activity change would be for activity C. And the third chart, activity A and B will be changed. For the fourth chart, activity G will be changed. For the fifth chart, activity E will be changed. And for the sixth chart, activity D and F would be changed. As you can see here, this is the direct cost plus indirect cost table. And the project duration that will be selected is 32 days because the cost is according to it, which is RM 590. This is the project cost duration graph, which shows the direct cost plus indirect cost. And yeah, that is all for this part.
In our project closure, what we done is first, we analyze all feedback from participants to solve all complaints. We close the venue and return all the users item like admittance and volleyball net, speaker, chairs and table. And we release all the committee members from their works. And we close the account, bank account used during the activity, and make sure all the bills are paid. Then we make the calculation and the cost we used to compare it with our planned budget. Then we make a review to make sure all the members get knowledge that can be applied on the next project. Then we also create the final report, and then we also invite all the committee members after the project that contribute things there. The data also be analyzed by the audit team, and then we do a review from it. We also made an evaluation for each committee member, and we also get the evaluation from each participant participate in our project.
So now I'll explain about the strength of the project. So the first strength of the project is clear and well-defined objectives were set for this project. Well-defined objectives and goals are important for an event or a project, as it could act as a guideline for the organizing committee on what events to organize based on the objectives. And the second strength of the project is clearly specified rules. For this Aerolympic Fiesta event, an organizing committee was set up. For all the events organized, there were committee members divided earlier to ensure the smoothness of the event. All the committee members were informed earlier of their job scopes for the event, and this is very vital as it could avoid any miscommunications among the organizers or even the participants. And finally, the third strength of the project is unity between the organizing team. An event cannot be successful if there are chaos or misunderstandings among the organizing team. Of course, there will be some debate on some matters among the organizing team, but at the end of the day, they have to reach a consensus or an agreement among all of them, and that is what's important. So next, we'll proceed with weakness of the project. So the first weakness is time management during the event. Some events started late due to some internal issues such as no officials officiating the event and participants came late for the registration. Then time management in an event is very important so that we do not exceed the time allocated for each event and the program would end at the time estimated. And we'll proceed with the second weakness, which is pre-event planning was not conducted well. This is because some events had to be postponed due to the lack of pre-planning before the event. For an example, the badminton event in the Olympic Fiesta had to be postponed because the organizing team did not book the badminton court in the hall earlier. And during that time, there was another program going on in the hall too. So there was a pretty poor pre-event planning in our opinion. And that is all for weakness. And next, we'll proceed with suggestions. If in the case we were given the chance to organize this similar event in the future, we will add in more suggestions, such as the first suggestion is improve the time management of course. All the organizing committee members should be at their stations earlier than their tentative to prepare their stations. For participants, we will have to inform them to be on time. If they are late, they are disqualified. We have to be strict in that. And the second suggestion would be to bring professional officials to officiate the sporting events. If students become the referee, the chances of them making errors in scoring and decisions is much higher compared to professional officials, as they have more experience in officiating sporting events. And the third suggestion is to get more sponsorships. Since we are still students, definitely we cannot afford a big amount of money to organize the event. We have to find sponsors for the expenditure of the event. From our point of view, the more the sponsorships we get, the more the things that we get to do for the event. So when you have less sponsorships, you can do small things. I mean, you can do little things only. But when you get more sponsorships, you can do a lot more things in the event and make the event more merrier. And finally, the final suggestion would be to make sure the pre-event plannings, during event plannings, and also the post-event plannings all run smoothly without any hindrance. This can be done by making a list of things to do for the three aspects and make sure we settle all the things in accordance with the planning. This can avoid problems such as late booking of courts for the sporting events and many more. And that is all for the suggestions that we would like to give.
Application for the software management. Project management software is a software which is used for collaboration, scheduling, and planning resources and budget management and documentation. This allows stakeholder, project manager, and users to control costs and management and manage budgeting, qualify, management, and documentation. From all organizations, only 33% of them use project management software, and it shows that 70% of high-performing projects use project management software. For collaboration, we can use Hive software. It allows our team member to work together while working on the different platform. This software will enable them to share the files together, know the timelines, and update for the project. For scheduling and planning, we can use Celosi software. This software will help to create a plan on how and when the work will be done by the team members. For resource and budget management, we also can use the Maveling software because it has the project accounting, integrating, and business intelligence. Lastly, for documentation, we can use Workflow Maps. It can insert all documents easily, put all the together, and assign job and track timeline.